Hello and welcome, I'm Cara Scribner, and today I'm really excited to be here celebrating middle grade magic. This is the 5th time that it is going on. It was created and made by Cara from the Wild Book Garden, and I'm really excited to be hosting it again alongside Yvette from Book Cave, Yara from Array of Reading, and Kelly from Cozy Reader Kelly. And it's just going to be really wonderful and lovely. We also wanted to take a more laid back time this time and allow ourselves to just have a more relaxed seasonal thing. So if you're in kind of the Western Hemisphere, it's going to be more wintry, fall, spooky season, and if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, it's going to be more spring, summery kind of thing. So whichever vibe of seasonal things you want to do, we are here for it. We also divided it into several different categories of prompts. So if you're having a more relaxed time or you're doing other readathons, like I know I'm doing Victober and I have a few very large books to read, so I will be doing alongside that as well. We wanted to create it so that if you could only read 1 or 2 books, you had the chance to still participate, but if you wanted to read a ton of books and really dive into the middle grade magic of it all, then you would have more prompts to kind of diversify and get ideas and stuff. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to jump right in with the first one, which is to read a book that is seasonal to you. As I said, depending on where you are in the world, it could be more spooky October feels, or it could be more springtime, growing time. But I'm really excited to read some middle grade horror and stuff. I've had the best time with reading middle grade horror. I think Ophi's Ghost is one of my favorite books of all time, and it kind of fits in there. The next prompt is to read a book by a Latin American author. The third one is to read a book that has been nominated for a prize but not the Newbery Prize. I must admit, as a Canadian, I'm not very familiar with the nuances of different prizes in the United States, but there is a compendium of different resources and different books and prizes and stuff, and that is available in a Google Doc that will be linked below with all of the prompts, with the hosts and other information that you may need. So that will be all in there, and there is one you can search and you can figure out and know all of the things there. And then the second tier of prompts will start at prompt 4, and this is to read a book recommended by a friend or by someone else on the internet, just a recommendation of someone, somewhere, anywhere. We are not picky. And then 5th is to read a book in a series. Number 6 is to read a book that counts toward a goal or project you have. It does not have to be a really intense project or goal or anything. It could be reading your own books. If you're like me and you over goal yourself, then you'll have pretty much any book will fit in my goals, because I just have too many goals, guys. Number 7 is to read a book by an author you love. Number 8 is to read a book in a genre you don't often read in middle grade. I think this is really wonderful because I think that sometimes we read different genres depending on age group. I, for instance, tend to read a lot of fantasy middle grade, and I do read contemporaries and I do really like them, but I don't often reach for them as much. And similarly, historical fiction or horror, or you could put in a nonfiction or poetry or anything you don't normally read in this genre. There's some amazing graphic novels in this age. There's so many different angles of genres or different types of books that you might not read in middle grade that doesn't fit your idea of middle grade, but could be really powerful. And then the last 2 prompts are the highest degree if you really want to take it home. And the first one is to read a book from a previous TBR. This does not have to be for middle grade magic. TBR could be for anything. If you're like me and you TBR a lot and don't actually follow through on these TBRs, a lot of books work for this. And number 10 is to read a book that features Latin American folklore or mythology of some type. And this works with a Latin American author. And as fantasy is a huge genre for middle grade, this also works really well with this. And it also works with our group book. We've not had a group book before, but we thought it might be fun, and sometimes it's enjoyable. And at least the first 3 prompts all work within the context of this book. And our group book is The Witchlings by Claribel A. Ortega. And this is a book about a young witch, and she's having her coming of age ceremony, and normally they're sorted, and she's not sorted properly. So I think she has to figure out where she's going to be sorted, otherwise she loses all her powers. And she teams up with a bunch of other people that are misfits, and they have this kind of found family thing and go on adventures. And I know that this is a series as well, so that's really fun. I'm hoping to maybe read this one and the next one, especially if I like it. So that is really lovely, and we hope that you participate in that, and we'll have a live show discussing with the different hosts. It's going to be wonderful. I really hope that you join us on middle grade magic, because I think that it's such a special thing. Middle grade books are so important and so vital, not only for children growing up, but also for us, I think, for adults who are experiencing the world, and to celebrate this kind of era of time. And I think that we often fall back into young adult, but we often feel like middle grade is a step too far, I think, down the ladder sometimes. But I think that they're really powerful. And also as someone who's only in my mid-20s, I know that middle grade books have advanced and gotten so much better in the last 15 years, and it's so powerful to see that and to celebrate it and to I don't know, just uplift children's literature, and that is just as valuable as adult literature. Yeah, I hope that you will join us. The dates are October 20th to the 31st. There'll be all the information in the description and in the Google Doc, and I hope to see you there. Bye.